So what are the things that made Japan strong? It is indeed, as you said, the companies, of course, also education and so on. But to have a large number of small firms is one of the key ingredients of success. And this is true if you look at the whole world. 2/3 of employment is with small firms, small enterprises, even micro businesses. They account for the majority of employment everywhere. That's true in the US, in Germany, Japan. That's one thing. And actually, it's an interesting comparison. If you look, for example, at the UK today, they've been saying for the last, 5-10 years, constantly, we have a problem. Our productivity is so low. Why is productivity so low? And it's because it's not because they don't have inventions, lots of patent, registrations, lots of ideas, but somehow the business sector is not very productive and is not so successful in terms of exports. And then you've got this comparison very close to the UK is Germany, and it's very different. Productivity is very high, very successful, strong exports. Until 2009, German exports in absolute terms were larger than Chinese exports. And of course, Germany is tiny compared to China by any measure. So how is that possible? And if you study that, you find that a big percentage of those exports are by small firms, family-owned businesses, local small firms, which are very important in the German economy, just like in the US. So how do they manage to be so productive? And the same story is true in Japan. They've managed to be very, very productive. And we can contrast this with the UK, where they're not very productive. And the difference is actually in the banking sector. Just to give you an example, say here's a small firm in Germany. A new technology appears in their industry. Some new mechanism, some new technology. They didn't develop it, but they know it's out there. If we don't get it, our firm is going to fall behind. We're going to lose market share. We've got to quickly upgrade. Now, this costs money. That's the main thing. The small firms are not the ones usually that have the new patents. They don't have to. They just need to implement the latest technology, but that costs money. So in Germany, where we have thousands of small community banks, and historically always had a very, very large number of community banks, thousands. And the principle is they only lend locally. So they know all their local small firms very well and have known them for years. So the owner of the small company would go to the bank and say, look, we've got this new technology coming out in our market. We need to get this. We need money to upgrade. Otherwise, we'll start losing market share. The banker will already know the company. They know that, they're reliable. Maybe check this out a little bit, and they will quickly come to the conclusion, yeah, that's true. They need the money. We'll give it to them and get a decision on the same day, maybe the next day, because that's their main business. And off they go, they upgrade, and they stay highly competitive. There is actually a measure of such successful small firms. I mean, there's a small firm definition, employee number, less than 100 or something, and by capital and so on. So just using the international small firm definition, a small firm that is globally successful, has top market share, like a champion in the Olympics, gold, silver, bronze. So, and they're known as hidden champions. They've got top number 1, 2, or 3 market share in their niche, but they're a small firm, so we don't know the names. So like hidden, they're small firms that are fairly unknown by their names. They're not household brands, right? So these hidden champions are these globally successful small firms. And studies have been done. Okay, which country has most of these hidden champions in the world? What do you think?
Which country has the most hidden champions in the world?
So small firms that are global leaders in their market niche.
Are you asking today?
Yes, today. I mean, it has been true for decades. It hasn't changed for a long time.
Germany? I don't know.
Yes, that's the one. Germany is number 1 by far. Number 2, and the other one that you'd think about is actually the US, because we know small firms are also very strong in the US, and it is number 2, but there's a huge gap. So Germany is around 1,500 hidden champions. The US has around 350.
That's
which is not bad, but there's a big
5x.
difference. Exactly. So how's that possible? It's because of the banking system. Germany has so many small local community banks. 80% of all banks in Germany are not-for-profit local community banks, cooperative banks, savings banks that lend only to these small firms locally. That's how they're so strong. And they constantly can upgrade, and that's why job creation is so strong.